People always tell me, you be so ducked off, working on music, you gotta be exhausted. And I be like, nah, I'm really feeling tan fresco, you feel me? That means so fresh in Spanish if you didn't know. Big dog trying to get at my weight, so move and get out my way. And I ain't write the song Paper Planes, but I really been MIA. My ex said I was seasoned with the rapping, but I don't care about Obey. Don't even worry about it, God got it, so really what a hater gon' say. Now I ain't tryna start nothing, look what we done. I really wasn't tryna flex, this ain't one-on-one. I know it ain't all love and the hate gon' come. They say we looking like a lick, I say watch your tongue. Just see you on the base, I'm like, oh it's lit. You reap what you sow when I know my stitch. I felt so out of place as a jit, I'll admit, but it worked out. Now I see just how to CrossFit. Let's do it, flow stupid. One-sided, it's a blowout, the air humid. Man, I said I had the juice to try to dilute it, but when you know you got it, everything's fluid. Add a little razzle on it, few sprinkle. Ain't the average Joe mixing, no bingo. I'm looking for a home run, new single. Speak English and I talk money, I'm bilingual. Big shot, big bet, I won't even break a sweat. This really got me feeling tan fresco. Let my hair swaying, still repping Jesus gang. If you rolling with a homie, then let's go. Still gotta be a quarterbacking in the field, and you know we get it stopping like Bledsoe. Always down the ride, got my dogs right beside, so we turn the whole bit into a Beckham. Let's take a trip, come and ride with me. Gotta set the tone right, it's the vibe for me. That load is good all the time, and I would agree. Like a sipping paint, you gotta taste and see. I mean, we living in the 21st century. It's the USA today, that ain't news to me. And we're all of his children, well, obviously. So if God is the truth, I got it honestly. Take off. You know we've been forgiven. MTV Chris, come see how we living. Feeling incomplete, I can tell you what's missing. Gotta keep it real in my hook, going fishing. Jazz. Alright, so boom. The big coming Carlos said he had a late pregame and I could pull up on him. Tryna roll. For real? Bet. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Hey. Catch a vibe, come and meet the team. Come and kick it with your fave 3. Chop it with us, come and join the stream. Trust me, y'all, it's must see. It's a culture party if you partaking. Hottest podcast, it ain't no debating. It's ringing off cause it's so engaging. Let's keep it, y'all. You won't find this on no other page. This kind of talk, this kind of cloth right here is tailor-made. What up, Lo? Tryna have fun, we the plug then. It's for the people so the culture win. Need an outlet, then tap in. Come tap in. We keep it fresh with the content. We even got Bash Stop from Carolina Blitz. And Shot from PMP, they're a perfect fit. Cause what's the point of a pregame if it ain't lit? It's lit.
What's up? What's popping with everybody? It's your boy Lo. We got Vashti. We lit. We live. And while y'all at it, like, comment, and subscribe. Vashti, I feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been?
It's been a week.
It feels long. That's what kind of week I've had. It's been a long
Okay.
week.
Where's Shad?
Shad not pulling up to the pregame today. He had some father duties to take care of. You know? Not Dan's dad, but he has some other things to take care of. So he won't be with us today. But it's all gravy. We're probably gonna hold off on the starting lineup because I want him to be here for that one too. So we'll hold off on that one. We'll let y'all know what it is later, but we'll hold off to next week. But yeah, I know it's you know how people are, man. I was excited to see Vashti. It's just been a week. Like, dang, I can't be excited to see my sis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I see how it is. Noted. No,
I'm good. Just messing.
Nah, I know you are.
I'm tired.
That's what you pulling up with?
You already know.
You here. Oh, there Absolutely. You go. Get love. Shout out to my boy Preston. Say shout out to Vashti with the curly fro. You know, Vashti gonna switch it up. She gonna switch it up. What's good, Preston? Cool. You pulling up with Ty? I'm pulling up with that too. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's been a week. It's been a long week. So much so that like usually I have like, my slides I have like funny little puns and all stuff. I ain't got nothing for y'all today. I got slides, I got pictures and everything, but I don't even have time to really dig down. I don't think y'all understand like the work that goes on between like getting stuff together, creating the content to talk about, creating the slide, all that stuff. It's a lot of work. And my day job got the best of me this week. So it's all gravy though. I appreciate y'all allowing us to start at 7:15. I had a meeting that ended at 7, so I need at least 15 minutes to get myself together. So I appreciate you. So yeah, what y'all pulling up with? I see a lot of people saying they pulling up, work, tired. Yeah, I ain't got no puns today. It is what it is. I may have some on the fly, but none right now. Vasha, how was your week?
It was fine. I have to think back.
Yeah.
But everything is, I'm in busy mode right now. So this is a time of year where there's an overlap between NFL, college basketball, college football. And so with Carolina Blitz covering now 4 teams and 2 sports, it's a lot.
I can imagine. And a lot of traveling, a lot of back and forth, a lot of driving, a lot of getting on planes. I totally understand.
Yeah, I was gonna skip Dallas this week, but now I have to go. I don't know if we're gonna discuss that.
You had to skip Dallas.
Denver. I'm sorry, Denver.
Oh, okay. I was like, Dallas. Where you going with Dallas? So yeah, we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss it. There's a lot of talk that has happened in the past 2 days. So yeah, we definitely gonna get that. But yeah, no, shout out to you. I'm pulling up. My week was good. Last night I got to see Usher, so that was pretty dope.
You and wifey was turned up. I saw y'all on the Instagram story. I said that's so cute.
We had a good little time. Definitely, if I could rate it 1 to 10, Usher, that concert was probably for me like an 8.5.
Okay.
It was good. I wanted him to do more songs. It felt like a longer version of the Super Bowl. And the reason I say that is because if you remember how Super Bowl is, he did like some renditions. He sung it for like 30 seconds and went to the next song. And some songs are so good, especially from Usher, where I want you to extend it. Like, give me another bar, give me another verse. But it was solid. It was definitely not for the little kids. That was definitely a mature audience concert for sure. So.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about it, this young lady, and she sent some clients to the one in DC, and they were of another persuasion.
Yeah.
And she kept asking them how the concert was, and they would never answer. And after going herself, she understands why it's for a specific demographic.
For sure.
That's good though.
Yeah, no, he definitely was authentic to himself, his background, and he's always talking about like, look, I'm bringing the world to the A, I'm bringing the A to the world. That's what he said at Super Bowl, and that's what he really showcased during the concert. Sorry for the people who went on Tuesday, because y'all got no, and Shot went Tuesday. We went Wednesday. Tuesday did not get any special guests, but we got 2 special guests last night. We got Anthony Hamilton and the Hamiltons. They sang. That was dope.
How many songs did they do?
They did 2. So he did Amazing, and then he ended with Charlene, which is dope. So,
okay.
And then heard, KC.
Did you get crack KC or sober KC?
Thing, we got sober KC. Yes. Now he
I don't know. I like cracked out KC. I ain't even gonna lie.
So here's the thing. I do. It sounds crazy to say, but I do too.
Come on.
But
it's messy.
But he looked. This is probably the most healthy I've seen KC in a minute. Like in the face. Like he looked like he was doing all right. And he sung about 5 songs.
All the way through?
No, Usher helped him for sure. But he hit all the hits. All the hits you could think of, he hit them.
How did he sound?
He sounded okay. It was sometimes hard to hear with the mic, but he didn't. You know how that one video that went viral of them at the
school thing?
No, I don't think at school. They were at like at a radio station or something. It's like Time.
Oh yeah. I thought it was like a back to school drive.
Yeah, okay, that's what that was. Yeah, he didn't sound like that. He actually sounded all right. Okay. Now the runs and everything, he ain't hit none of the runs. He kind of cut it off, or Usher hit the runs for him, but he stayed in his lane, so I respect it.
That's good.
Yeah. So overall, it was a solid concert. Solid concert. So shout out to Usher pulling up. He had the Hornets jersey at the end. I said, look at that. Look at my second team. My second team. So shout out to the Lakers. We'll get into that a little bit. Speaking of teams and everything, did you get a chance to see this happen? I saw you post this.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which is pretty wild, right? So if for those who didn't see it, they at Monday Night Football at halftime, Scott Van Pelt basically interviewed Steph Curry about the season, what he's looking forward to, the fact that he lost Klay Thompson, all those different things. And at the end, maybe because it was a Monday Night Football interview or whatnot, Steph Curry ends with "Go Panthers." And man, Scott Van Pelt said, "Good luck with that." And they just bust out laughing. And it just went crazy. And I mean, people have been clowning us all season. What are your thoughts on that? With the good luck with that, with all these different media platforms just really just kicking us while we down? What are your thoughts of that, especially being in the media business? And I think I would say you and a few other people are very authentic with like telling your truth, telling the truth and the way that you see it instead of just like kicking people while they're down.
Yeah, I mean, what else are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to say good things? It wasn't like SVP baited him into saying like this
No,
was
for
a
sure.
really off the cuff interaction.
Yeah.
And Steph being true to him. Shout out Steph for being
Shout out to
ride or
Steph, bro.
die,
Facts.
on
Feel like
that
Luke
on that
Combs.
big platform, repping the Panthers. And I actually thought it was a good quip by SVP. Good luck
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
It's just this is the phase that the Panthers are in,
Yeah.
and they are the joke of the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with it. You fix that by fixing your team. And so
No, for sure.
that's on the franchise for that, kick
Yeah.
while they're down. If that motivates these people to get things right, then continue to kick.
Yeah. But I think my only thing, and this is not towards SVP, because I actually like SVP, but I think it's a lot of other media platforms who will just completely just trash the Panthers. And are they deserving of it? You can be the judge, right? But I feel like this is me personally. I feel like they trash them, but when it comes to a lot of other teams, and we're going to talk about one in just a moment. But there was one episode on Pregame where I just kind of talked about how the grass isn't really greener on the other side with some of these teams. And I kind of went through the breakdown of in the history and historical context behind the Browns and the Jets and all these different teams, but they don't really go into a lot of the conversation around them. But for us, we get trashed. And so I thought it was
it's the latest and greatest. So right now,
yeah,
the
but
Browns got trashed during their time, and I think the Jets got trashed during their time too. It's just
their time is still going.
They're still better than the Panthers.
You think so? Even with the whole, you think so? I mean,
I think
says
they're just as messy, but I mean, on the field, they have not been over the last several years as bad as the Panthers. Their record hasn't been. What have their records been?
I don't know. I think they might have won one more game than us. I think they might have two. I can double check. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm correct here. No, they're 1-6 as well.
Not now. I'm talking about previous seasons.
Oh, previously, I have to look at that. I have to look at it and see. I think the only reason that I bring them up often is because of the whole Deshaun Watson situation in the first place. And we'll get into that with Lamar Jackson. We're going to talk about Lamar Jackson and he's man, that's my dog. He's killing it. But this is one of the quarterbacks that the Panthers were looking at until he wanted a fully guaranteed contract. The Browns was a lot of teams backed out. The Browns was like, we're all in, $230 million guaranteed, and he doesn't look anything like he looked at Houston. And so you spend all that money and you have to figure out other ways to accommodate for that with not having talent, getting old talent, this, that, and the third, cutting people, trading people. And he doesn't do well. And then, he gets hurt. It's just very interesting. Now, one thing I do want to talk about Vashti is the fact that fans were cheering when he tore his Achilles on Sunday, which is very interesting. Now, granted, his personal things that have taken place, all the allegations, all of that, we understand all the nuance behind Deshaun Watson. What are your thoughts when you see fans actually cheering for a player getting hurt? Because I know we're both
fans are mean. Fans are brutal. Do we have expectations for? I don't have expectations for fans. Fans are irrational. Fans can be too forgiving, not forgiving enough. Like I have my expectation for fans are low because I see how they act. I see delusional fans. I see all kind of fans. So given what was going on with Deshaun Watson and everything, guaranteed contract, and the assumption was that he was supposed to come in and play well, and he hasn't played well, and continued allegations, and it's been a mess. I think it's tacky for fans to cheer an injured player. I think it's tacky. I think it's classless. I don't agree with it. But am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised.
Let's go into another quarterback who's on a tear right now, and that's Lamar Jackson. First off, shout out to Lamar for wearing a grill, playing Monday Night Football. The boy's different. The boy is different. And the Panthers had a chance to get him, and that's a whole nother conversation. But he's on a tear. He is a 2-time MVP. He's looking like he's about to be a 3-time. But what, like this run that they're on now, and now granted, we've seen the Ravens win a lot during the actual regular season. When it gets to the playoffs is when it gets interesting. But now they got a workhorse by the name of Derrick Henry that's back there cooking as well. Do you think that they are Super Bowl favorites right now, in your opinion, from what you're seeing right now? We're only 7 games in right now.
Favorites to win?
Favorites, let's say favorites to get there. Favorites, Super Bowl favorite, like favorites to make it to the Super Bowl. Yo, what's good, Deontay?
I mean, they're up there, but that road goes through Kansas City. And unfortunately, they're in the same division. So, I mean, I would love for them to go to the Super Bowl. I would love for Lamar to get him one.
I do too.
He has played so well, and his standard is not what he does in the regular season.
Right.
It's now, what are you going to do, or how do you succeed in the playoffs, and can you win a Super Bowl? Right. And so I hope that happens for him. Would I say that the Ravens are the favorite right now? No.
Interesting.
Kansas City is still undefeated. They still have Patrick Mahomes. They just added D-Hop, so I'm not, I'm going to always give the edge to the defending national champions. World champions. I'm sorry.
Okay. I respect that. Now, the fact that this is a whole other conversation too, I just want to say the fact that D-Hop went for a conditional 5th round pick that could potentially go to a 4th is insane to me. That's a whole other conversation. That's wild.
In your division, within your division.
Stupid. To a Super Bowl favorite, to a quarterback who's played with lesser wide receivers, and now he has a bona fide wide receiver 1 for a conditional 5th round pick that may go to a 4th. Whole nother conversation. I want to get into like cultural moments, because I want to see like, where do you rank Lamar Jackson? Now, granted, has players wore grills during games? Yes. Alvin Kamara does it all the time. But just knowing who he is as a quarterback, the face of the franchise, to do that, does this rank up there with like the AI braids, wearing the baggy pants? Where do you rank it, like, in terms of that? Do you think it wasn't?
I don't rank it anywhere. I mean, it's cute. It's nice for us to talk about.
Yeah.
But I think the AI braids are iconic. the 2000 the suits from like LeBron's draft where everything was baggy. These are iconic things. I love that he was grilled out. It's just so Florida, it's so black. I love it.
Yeah.
But it's not
like that. But have you ever seen but Vashti, like have we ever seen a quarterback do something like this? Wear a grill in the game? Like we've seen wide receivers, we've seen running backs, but I'm talking about like quarterback. You know, usually with quarterbacks, they want you to be a certain type of way. Let's keep it a buck.
That's never been Lamar. That's never been Lamar.
Which I love.
I'm not, because I've seen other players do it, I'm not.
It doesn't hit the same. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
I respect that.
It doesn't hit the same.
I think for me personally, I feel you, but for me personally, I think it hits a little different because it's a quarterback. And it just, you know, we talked about this before. It just solidifies my desire to get a grill. I've been telling you I'm going to get a grill, Vashti.
You gonna have one by homecoming?
Yep. That's the plan.
You pushing it with the age limit. That's all I'm saying.
What? I'm not saying a full grill. I'm just talking about like bottoms, like something just real slight. Something that you can't really notice like that. It's just something real slight.
I had somebody else when I posted that picture DM me and said they wanted. It was a young lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see you getting a grill. Like
I would, but I'm not.
What? It's just something you don't wear all the time. It's something you just do occasionally.
No,
age appropriate.
Once you get to it, I'm sorry.
Okay, what's the age limit?
There's certain things that you can do that young folks can do. All right.
Okay.
The fashion can kind of be on par. You can kind of dress a little youthful within reason and good taste.
Yeah.
You can even get braids and stuff like, but I'm just saying,
what's the age limit then?
You can still pull it off, but I don't want to see any 50-year-olds with grills. Like,
I'm not saying 50. Yeah,
I'm just saying in general, you can still pull it off. I'm pushing it, and I'm nowhere near 50, obviously.
Yeah,
but still, like, I'm like, you know, I don't want. I'm still around a lot of young kids, and I don't need anybody trying me, because then what? I mean, then I gotta act. Then I gotta move, because you tried me. I was that old lady wearing that grill. She thinks she's young.
It's just,
now I gotta flex on you. So
they can be like, yo, respect. Like, especially if you you know how it is when you got that fit on. You just like, it's like it's okay. So for me, Vash, like you gotta answer a question. What's that age limit? What's the max?
I don't know. It really depends on the person. It depends
that don't help then.
I said anything over 50, absolute not.
Okay.
I don't care how you carry yourself, how swaggy you think you are. Like, that's a no.
Okay.
Outside of that, like, it gets in gray area, because I don't know how you present, how you might look, all of that stuff. I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, we'll see. I see. Yeah, my pops in here. Like, don't do it. Look.
Yeah.
Look, this is something I've been wanting for a minute. Like, one thing, like I've always wanted, which I won't get, Vashti, because I just feel like I'm too old. Is like I used to want tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, so I'm not gonna do a tattoo. Right?
A tattoo would be better than a grill.
But a grill's not permanent. A tattoo is. So I'm like, you know, it's not something I just wear every now and then. It's not something you can't wear a grill all the time. It just gets played out. Bring it in every now and then. You know, it's just like a.
You know, with the guys in a lot, they're doing tooth jewelry. Now that's what I would do. I would do like a little jewel right there, or something like that.
Though, isn't it?
That's demure.
Okay, it's very mindful.
No, I don't. That's a little. That's a little understated flash, and no, mine would not be real, and it wouldn't necessarily be permanent.
Okay, something you drop. So I know Deontay has like the Chrome Heart cross on the.
Yeah, I don't know. We talked to him today. I didn't see it today.
Interesting. So his is removed.
But I might have just missed it. Let me look. But I don't think I saw it today. Like, I
Okay.
think the same glue that they use on those are the glue that you use when you get braces. And that stuff can be removed.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, I didn't see it today. So I don't know.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that was
I
permanent.
wasn't trying to be all up in his mouth, but I did notice I didn't see the bling.
Well, he probably had a lot going on too, so that's a whole nother conversation. We'll get into it. Oh, we already talked about that one. All right. So Gerard Mayo said some interesting stuff recently in the press conference. I can't think of their record. I think they might be 1-6 or 2-5. I'll look it up.
1-6. There are 3 teams
1-6.
who are 1-6: Cleveland, New England, and the Carolina Panthers.
There it is. But he basically came out just like in Carlos' words. Well, this is not even my words. He used the word soft, but he was like, "This team is soft." He's like, "This team is soft. They're not playing well. The players are soft. We're playing soft. All those different things." And he just came out flat out said it. And Bill Belichick was on the Pat McAfee show and basically defended the players and saying that he shouldn't have said things like that. Now, granted, we understand the whole situation between Bill Belichick getting let go, Gerard Mayo coming in, all those different things. 2 questions for you. The first one, Vashti, is how do you feel about a coach honestly coming out and saying you soft compared to what we've seen with other coaches and that we'll get to? And what are your thoughts with Bill Belichick actually speaking out and saying something like that?
He knows his players. If they're soft, they're soft. And, whether I don't know, people use different ways to motivate guys. He has to deal with how that resonated in the locker room.
Facts.
But if they're soft, they're soft. And if they're playing soft, they're playing soft. Honestly, I would rather that type of harsh criticism and harsh reality than the opposite, where it's like, oh, we're building, we're getting better, oh, we look good in practice, we just got to put it all together in the game. Like, nobody wants to hear that when nobody wants to hear that when the product on the field doesn't reflect that. If the product on the field says soft, I would rather the coach say my guys are soft. And then he cleaned it up. He was like, but we can get better. But if they play soft, they play soft. And Bill Belichick needs to mind his business. That's not his place to try to now come and say that he was wrong. There are other dynamics involved with this.
For sure.
He's a rookie coach. He's a rookie black coach, first year black coach. And now you have this guy who is very well respected, amongst the fan base. I don't know how he is felt about within the organization, but for him to come out and say that, I don't like that. I don't like that.
We know the reason why. I mean, they basically kicked him out quicker because they were ready for Gerard Mayo. And the reason that they kept him last year, because Gerard Mayo was going to leave Patriots last year to go somewhere else, and they brought him back, made him, I can't remember what title he had, but in his contract was, you are the basically incumbent. You're going to be the next person to come in once we let go of Belichick. Nobody thought it was going to be the very next year, but that's what happens. And so Belichick, of course, being the coach that he is, and most of these players he coached, I guess he felt like, hey, I took that personal. You saying they soft, and I was just there last year. Maybe he was trying to defend himself. I don't know. But my next question for you, Vashti, being in the room with in the locker room and things of that nature, do you respect and appreciate that type of honesty versus what we've kind of saw with Dave Canellis recently, with him saying all the hype? Like, I named this hypothetically speaking because he's talked about whenever any beat reporter asks him a question, I'm not getting to the hypotheticals. That's a hypothetical. I'm not getting to that. Not really answering and not saying how the team really is. He just says like, hey, we have to get back to football. We're a great team. We had a great practice, this, that, and the third.
I always respect honesty and truth. And I don't like to be fed mess, and I don't think fans like to be fed it either. So, I'd prefer Mayo's approach over Canales' approach.
Yeah.
But I also don't play on the team. So, you know, those guys may be soft in the locker room. Man, coach, I hate coach. Coach called us soft. Okay, well, we playing soft. We playing soft.
Right. Right.
This generation of kids are soft, if you ask me.
We've talked about this before on the podcast.
They're soft. They're soft. They have social
Very
media.
emotional. Very emotional.
You can't. It's just too emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel.
Very emotional. So let's get into it. I don't have any slides. I'm gonna remove this real quick, but I want to get into some of the talk of the town with Bryce. Bryce being a starter, Andy Dalton getting into a car accident, sprained his thumb. Everybody's saying allegedly, there's so many, hypothetical or not hypo, but conspiracy theories out there of what's going on. In your opinion, I know you've interviewed a few people. What's the vibe? What's the vibe in the locker room in terms of how people are feeling, knowing that, streets were saying a few weeks ago that, some players went up, talked to the team, talked to the coach, was like, yo, we got to do something because one, it's my contract year. I'm trying to get paid, but also I'm trying to produce on the field. And now we're going back to Bryce after he's been going since week 2. What's the vibe?
Back to business.
Okay.
These guys don't have it. I mean, and they're not going to show us if they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
They talk amongst themselves. I don't know whether they believe that it's cap or not, the whole circumstances of the benching, but they got to play with, they don't have any control over it.
Yeah.
So, and this is a team that's a losing team. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's the sense that I get.
Here's the thing. I want to say something. I feel as though you just listening in, because I had a chance to listen into a few of the different interviews that are going on, like the locker room interviews that the Panthers post and everything. And I think the past 2 interviews that Bryce had, I feel like you try to throw him some lobs of like, show us the dog. Tell us that you motivated. Tell us that
it ain't there.
What's up with that?
It's just not.
And maybe is it really to you personally? Is it more so media trained? Like he's being media trained. He's gonna say that, or what I'm saying, or what's up? Like what's going on?
Because I was shocked there. And you know what? At this point, we know it's not there, not in the traditional sense, and you got to accept that man for what he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not gonna be a guy that's like, man, y'all hating on me or y'all sleeping on me. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna channel that. I'm gonna use that as motivation.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna do what he do, and if it pans out well, it pans out well. I mean,
for sure. Like I think I've grown to like accept that piece. That like he's not gonna be a vocal like I'm here, I'm that dude. I'm gonna show you I'm motivated. Like he's gonna say all the quote unquote right things or the things that sound good in terms of the media. But I just hope that what we see on the field is different. Last thing on the Panthers, then we'll move on to some basketball. DJ Wonnum. A lot of people were giving him a lot of hard time around the injury and him not playing. And today we realized that is actually a little bit more serious than people expected. Outside of his surgery he had in December, from what he said in the interview, he had 3 surgeries, caught MRSA, blood clots in his lungs. He had some serious hurdles to get over. What were your thoughts hearing that for the first time, him being vocal on that? And do you think that the Panthers did right by him by keeping him? And then 2, like we already talked about fans, we got to get into like the fandom and how people are going to say what they want to say. But what were your thoughts hearing that from a beat reporter perspective?
I was stunned. I don't know what happened. I was stunned.
Yeah.
I literally, my mouth was open while he was explaining. I'm like, because nobody knew what was going on. We were thinking, okay, bruh, he was at training camp, but he wasn't participating, and it was like, dude, what are you doing? And at the time, he was on antibiotics because he had and blood thinners because of all of the complications he was going through. He had a
blood clot.
Well, no, he had the
Oh, I
line
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
that goes from your arm directly to your heart, and he was talking about how when he worked out, he couldn't sweat because that wrist infection. So every time he felt like he might start to sweat, he had to go and immediately cool down. When he took a shower, he had to cover that up, and it still caused clots that got into his arm. They said they weren't the lungs. They clarified. They said it was the arms. But
either way,
nobody knew all of this was going on. And so it's like, wow, like he was going through some real stuff that people die from.
Right. That's scary. And I know, like, even from the interview, he was saying like he wanted to work out. He had to figure out, like, he wanted to kind of be ready for whenever that time came. But that's pretty scary to have that moment. Speaking of moments, this moment, did you get a chance to catch any basketball? I know NBA's back.
I was asleep by the time this game came on.
The LA game. That's a tough thing about being a Lakers fan, is that the games are always late. So I usually now. Let me. Can I talk about my Lakers real quick, please?
Oh, my Lakers.
Laker gang or don't bang around here. All right. But yeah, usually the games are, especially the home games, they're late. Now, here's the interesting thing. LeBron and Bronny made history, right? But then also the Celtics, who played, who'd they play? The Knicks. They basically tied history, but almost made history with 29 threes, which is crazy. 29 threes. They tried to go for the record, which would be 30, and they missed like 10 threes in a row. It was pretty wild. But Bronny and Bron made history as being the first father-son duo to ever play in the same game in NBA history. Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. did it in baseball, and they showed up in support, and they took this picture. What are your thoughts on this? We talked about this before on the podcast around, like, it's dope that he's gotten drafted, things of that nature. But what are your thoughts? I know you didn't get a chance to see it. My dad out here booing. You can't boo that, man. I think it's dope to witness. But what are your thoughts, Vashai, before I go?
I love it. I mean, that's Black excellency. That's Black fatherhood. That's excellency. That's
longevity.
Fatherhood. We don't even have to it doesn't even have to be, it's great because it's us. So that's why I like to see it. People might call it nepotism. Nepotism happens on all levels in this country. You know how many
it is that.
You know how many people are benefit from the fact that their father, mother, uncle, neighbor has a connection.
Oh yeah.
We just don't benefit from it as much. And so for us to criticize this, I'm like, come on now. And let's not, Bronny is not trash. And it's not like they gave up, they spent a first round pick on this guy.
Yeah, now if they went for a first round or whatever, that's different. But he wasn't. And
I don't have any problem with it.
I don't either. Like, and you know how I feel about Bron. Like, I respect his game. I think he is up there in top 3 for sure. If not top 3, I think he's top 3. We had this conversation before. We've had this conversation before. Now, granted, we're not gonna go. I'm not going there with you. Going there. He's definitely one. I'll put it this way. How about this? He's definitely one of the greatest basketball players to ever grace the planet. You put him at 2. Who you got at 1?
Duh.
Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you have him over Kobe?
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. He's like the scoring leader. He's scored the most points in NBA history. He has carried teams to championship to the NBA finals. I mean, respect to Kobe, but he didn't carry a team.
Ain't no but after that.
He didn't carry a team to the finals, is what I'm saying.
Yes, he did. His last championship,
which one?
He carried. His last championship,
he got carried.
He didn't get carried.
We're not gonna have this debate on here. What do you mean?
All right.
Kobe has always benefited from having the best center in the league at the time.
Stop it.
And when Kobe disappeared, Ron Artest really carried that team to the championship.
No, he did not. Ron Artest had one the good shot, which everybody was scared.
A good game.
He had a good game, but Kobe did. Come on, man. Don't Vashta. We went, maybe one day we'll have a podcast. We'll have a podcast where we just talk about this because you always.
I said what I said and I meant it.
Look, and I said what I said and I meant mine. LeBron is a beast, though. Don't get me wrong. He like longevity for doing this for 20 plus years. Incredible. So Bronny, and I don't think Bronny's trash. I do think that he needs some more development. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, how did he get in before so and so?" So he only played 3 minutes, but it was a really cool moment. And it was cool that the NBA gave back something to Bron, and when Bron gave the NBA so much. So shout out to that. All right, so let's get into this.
They didn't give. Y'all trying to act like Bronny was
no. This is what I mean. This is what I mean by that. Let me clear this up. Let me give you context. So there's already been articles out that other teams wanted to draft Bronny, and they decided not to because they knew how much Bron wanted him on the team. That's what I mean by that.
But it was just like the Manning thing. Like this is not. It wasn't.
Yeah, still,
they knew that Bronny did not want to play for their team. And that's how you know Bronny really wasn't trash like that. If other teams were interested in drafting him before the Lakers got to him, then how is this? I mean, what's up with all the criticism? They obviously saw something in him.
Oh yeah, no, he's solid. I'm not saying that either. First of all,
I'm talking about to the people who say, he wouldn't have been in the league if it wasn't for LeBron.
We'll see. Let him improve. Let him develop. We'll see. I mean, the future will tell us what it is. If he doesn't pan out, then that's what happens. But I think he's solid. He's definitely on a like smaller side. But at the end of the day, like there are
a lot of first round picks who don't pan out. So
big facts.
I'm not even gonna hold him to that standard. And for your dad, who said that Bron never carried anything, I want him to take a look at the 2018 Cleveland Cavaliers.
We went through this. Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about. Yeah, I remember this. I remember we had the first. It might have been like the second or third episode. We had that debate, and you went through there and talked about all of that. Now the thing is like we can go band for band on that in terms of the Kobe situation.
Not quite.
Well, we can.
But
that's a whole other conversation. Whole nother conversation. All right. So before we close, let's get into some predictions. How do you think you did last week? Decent?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I got the results here. I didn't change anything on the slides, but your boy cooked. Okay. Your boy cooked. Shot went 11 for 15. Vashti went 11 for 15. Your boy Lowe went for 13 for 15. Only missed 2 games. The 2 games I missed, I got it right here.
The overall lead.
You do.
Okay.
You do. But
why don't we have a cumulative addition here?
Oh, now you want to switch it up now because I cooked. I missed 2 games. Now you want to? I missed the Houston game and I missed the Jets game. That's it. And yeah, so 2 games. That's like I look. All I'm saying is I don't know if you gotten that close yet, Vashti.
I don't even like doing these things.
But you can't lie. It's not. It's fun. It's different. It's like something to look forward to. Like, oh, let's see what I did. We ain't got no money up. You not losing no money. You know what I mean? Like it's all in fun. And you
Okay.
beating us. And Vasha, you're beating us.
I
In terms of
know. I
overall,
mean,
you're
that's just
beating
because
us.
I'm good, but it
Oh,
doesn't
you
mean that
know,
I like
you
doing it.
you're good, but you don't like doing it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you know what? We appreciate you. People, look, last time this happened, people wanted to call a bookie and take your picks because you were eating. So what we talking about? What we talking about?
All
All
right,
right, so
let's
let's get
go.
into it. You know how this goes. All right, the game tonight. I think it's tonight. I think it's the one tonight. Minnesota, LA. I'm taking notes as we go, and I'll hit up Shad to get his later. All right, Vashti. Who you got?
Minnesota.
You got Minnesota. I got Minnesota as well, actually. Even though Sam Darnold's looking more like Sam Darnold these days. That's a whole nother conversation. All right, Jets, Patriots.
Jets.
I got Jets as well. Eagles, Bengals.
Did the Bengals win last week?
Yeah,
they beat the Browns.
It's the Browns.
I'll go with Cincy.
All right, I'm going Philly. I'm going Philly here. All right, Green Bay at Jacksonville.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I got Green Bay too. Got Green Bay too. I'm taking notes. All right, Tennessee at Detroit. I think we both know that one. Unless you switch it up. Okay. Hey, Detroit cooking. That's another Super Bowl contender right there. Won't lie to you. Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did lose their receivers. I got Atlanta too. So it's been a lot of injuries in the NFL. I don't know why. It feels like a lot of superstar injuries to me personally. All right. Arizona at Miami.
Arizona.
I got Miami. I think two is back. So I think they'll cook a little bit. So I got Miami.
He's playing this week.
That's the plan.
Stupid.
I agree. I agree. We talked about this on the pod. I completely agree with you. I think that the man should have set it down, but hey, to each his own. I'm praying for him. Definitely praying for him. Baltimore, Cleveland. I think we both know that one.
Oh yeah, Baltimore.
Okay. All right. Indy, Houston.
Houston.
All right. You waited for that one a little bit. You had a.
I had to think.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go New Orleans, LA. Spencer Rattler is starting still.
LA.
I got LA as well. Buffalo, Seattle. Should be a solid game to me.
Seattle.
I got Buffalo. That should be a good game. Bears, Commanders. Pick one versus possible pick two because Jane Daniels is still iffy.
He's iffy. Has he practiced?
I don't think so. I don't know if he practiced today, but I know that rib injury is still. He's day to day, is what they're saying. So I'm not sure.
I need to know that.
I do. I need to know it as well, honestly. So let me know what you got. And also, like everybody in the chat, like I know we're doing this and we're talking about it, but feel free to drop yours in the chat as well. Like let us know because I'm curious to see throughout each week. You know, can y'all beat us? Can y'all beat us with y'all predictions? You know, so drop yours in the chat or just keep in mind and don't be cheating out here. be honest with it. You know what I'm saying? It's all in fun. Ain't nobody putting up money on this unless you using Prize Picks. Then best of luck. What you got,
So Jaden Daniels is a DNP 2 days in a row.
So is Deontay Johnson, and they say he makes the play.
Yeah, Deontay has said that he's gonna play.
It's iffy. This is a tough one.
I'm gonna go Commanders.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go Chicago here because honestly, the secondary for the Commanders is actually horrible, but they looked solid against us. But you know, Chicago got some weapons, so we'll see. I think I'm going Chicago here. Who I hope to win is probably Commanders, but I think I got Chicago. All right, next one. Last four. Kansas City, Las Vegas. I think we know that one. Or are you going somewhere else? They picked up a new quarterback. They got Desmond Ridder over there. The Raiders.
Kansas City.
Same. New York, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I think I got Pittsburgh as well. Dallas, San Fran.
Dallas.
I got San Fran. You already know the reasons why.
Why?
I don't like the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Cowboys. So, and who knows? I think that Dallas ain't looking too good. I mean, granted, all their wins have come on the road and not at home, but I think I got San Fran. All right, last one. Panthers, Broncos. Do you want to say anything? You want to leave it? Okay. I got Broncos as well. I think hopefully Bryce looks good. But that defense is interesting. All right, well, that is it. As always, y'all, if y'all have any questions for us, mailbag, contact us as the pregamepc@gmail.com, or you can hit us on Twitter or Instagram at the pregame PC. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up. Next week, starting lineup is homecoming do's and don'ts, top 5 homecoming rules. So that's what we're going to talk about. So make sure y'all pull up with your homecoming rules. Well, we appreciate you for pulling up on us. We out of here, y'all. Peace.